I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be a good one between the New York Giants and the Washington Redskins. I'll be back with you again with scores around...
Well, Coach, the weatherman got it right this time. Snow was forecasted, and it fell and still falling at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the New York Giants and the Washington Redskins. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
What I enjoyed this week is that you were asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it is permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give a better chance to lead the team to wins.
Now he's flushed out left. Now he'll pull it down. Jones breaking from the contact. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snootful, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point, because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So out comes the Redskins offense as they get their first shot. They are led out by the 15th overall selection in 2019, former Ohio State Buckeye Dwayne Haskins.
And his task in this situation is making sure that his team knows that there's a sense of urgency, yet somehow still stays calm. Because your natural impulse, your first possession is not until the second quarter, is you got to attack right away. Throw something big at them right away. Yeah, you got to move the ball, but maybe be a little bit careful in doing so.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Now Haskins. He sets to fire deep. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. This time they stay on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts?
Get him, boy! Get him, boy!
An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer. Exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing Jones. Buying time to... And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Hey, Charlie. 3 down.
Here's Jones. A final shot before break. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. We now proceed to the start of the second half.
Redskins nothing. Albrecht Rosas to kick off for the Giants.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Redskins retake the field for drive number 2. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We call that a sack lunch.
Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now Jones. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On 1st and 10, Jones being chased out left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. That's complete to Slayton. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
That's the way you make it spin. That's the way you make it spin.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
Out comes the Washington offense as we get a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
Throwing on 2nd down. Haskins finding Knox there, complete. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin 1st down. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout. as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Big series right here. So we got to step it up.
Now Haskins on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Intended for Terry McLaurin. Incomplete.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
All day.
2nd and 10 now. Haskins. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, but now it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down. Here's Haskins. And he finds McLaurin. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 45-yard line. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys were nails out there.
So for the Giants,
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is a special edition of the Divisional Round Playoffs on EA.
and thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Minnesota Vikings and the New York Giants. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, We're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section, where the columnists write possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win.
Now a play fake here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. They find some open field here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets them a first down. If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
And the sense I got from it, and I think you did as well, they weren't real happy with how they were executing previously, so they put a lot of time and effort into it because getting points is paramount. Doesn't matter what you do otherwise, don't leave the red zone.
And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They'll try to run for it with Barkley, and he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run as his guys are on the board first here tonight. So they take the opening kickoff and drive it all the way down the field.
And that's the last thing you want defensively. On the road, in the playoffs, and now you're down a touchdown right away.
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away.
Let's go, baby.
So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some snacks.
Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway.
We got this.
Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
10-2 stop. Get it.
On third down, Spencer. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Jabril Peppers, a former first-round pick, there on the coverage. Here's Riley Dixon now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Oh, and now he bowls him over.
All day, baby, all day.
1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. He'll rifle this one deep right side, and that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones, flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Set, ready, 30 base. Go.
On the draw, this is Barkley. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season. Got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him. And he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog.
Just a 4-play drive that time. And the rookie Saquon Barkley, the one who finishes things off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Looking to throw. Spencer.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
He's going to let it fly. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Back to throw. Spencer. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Now Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 5-yard touchdown run as his guys are back within a single score. He has been an integral part of the offense all season, and now in the playoffs he's carrying it over. Had the touchdown last week in the wild card game. Now his 2nd TD of the playoffs.
Showing some consistency, and that's something that we have to keep in mind about the playoffs because we often think you have to be spectacular in order to win. I think consistent is what you're looking for. That can get you to the finish line.
And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough, tough way for it to end.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from East Rutherford.
everybody, it's the coach. This is a special edition of the NFC Championship game on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be...
All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the New Orleans Saints and the New York Giants. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. Under center, it'll be the former UCLA Bruin, Josh Rosen. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Let's get a quick look at the Saints offense.
So the big question today is, how will they play in this weather? Because you can recreate moisture, right? You can do wet ball drills, things of that nature. But snow, you cannot create that in practice. You can't prepare for it. You just have to deal with it.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Check. Bound to lose one. Tight end right. Everyone got four down.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. The completion good for 3. It's second down.
Second and 7 at the 42-yard line.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. We're scoreless after 1. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2. They're facing a tough spot, 3rd and 8 here to start things out. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Let's go.
So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
And what I'm looking for from him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do.
On the ready.
Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, however he has to do it as well.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Oh, let's go, D. That's what I'm talking about, D. That's what I'm talking about.
Ready, set.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 3rd. Yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight. Maybe not this tight. Scoreless as we start the 3rd quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it in a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the score and how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Go set. 70. Indy. Coming from 5.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. He's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Noah Brown there to make the grab as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Well, these two teams battled through a scoreless first half. Finally, a breakthrough here in quarter number 3.
And I just wonder how that played for both of them psychologically, because when you battle through a scoreless first half, now you know that every possession is increasingly crucial. Who can put points on the board, make the other team chase? Wonder if you get a lift and if they get deflated a little bit.
So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. 1 quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He's back to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times. Nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that may do it for this NFC title game. So the defense asked to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Set. 10-2 stop. Hit it.
Throwing again on second down. Jones. Catch made by Slayton. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Looking to throw. Jones.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. They get only a yard there. Now it's third and goal. Back to throw. Jones flushed out right. And he's got it. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first.
All day, baby.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Here we go, a big play and a tight game late. They're going on fourth and goal. Looking to throw. Jones. This is caught. A great open field tackle is going to stop him shy of the goal line. And what a ride it has been. NFC champs, they have punched their ticket to the biggest show in sports.
And what a way to get there, to go the entire season and then play for the right to go to the Super Bowl and the right to call themselves NFC champs. Elation has to abound.
And that does it for the conference championship. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And for our entire crew, we'll see you 2 weeks at the Super Bowl. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Still 0-0 here in quarter one, but an early test to check in on as we've got a third down situation looming.
15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie. Oh, get it.
Jones now to throw on third down. Steps away to his left. And they move this all the way down to the 9. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker.
Ready?
51's the mic.
Ain't no Big River.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
He was brought down at the 4-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Now.
Now Saquon Barkley. And he's going to bull his way into the end zone for a Giants touchdown. With the
Nice touchdown, baby. Keep working. Check. 93's the mic. 93's the mic.
Tighten up.
throwing again is Darnold. No, he doesn't have it. Maybe some alligator arms there going over the middle. 3rd down. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Here's Darnold. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. So it's halftime here on sports' grandest stage in the Super Bowl. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. It's been a tremendous season from beginning to end, and now we'll play one half of football to decide who raises the Lombardi Trophy. And for the call, let's get it right back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
New York set to take the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones, he'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
18 Gator.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
Hit it.
Now Jones throwing on 3rd and long. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what.
Outside. 93's the mic. 93's the mic. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
On first down, Roberson. And they'll bring him down after just a short.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Outside. It's the mic. 58's the mic. Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the fourth quarter. From the end zone, here's Darnold. And this is going to be incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
It makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit?
And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. What a gut punch. That should be the nail in the coffin with those 2 points, making this a 2-score game now with time, Charles, clearly not on their side.
Yeah, they have to give the football away as well. Had a chance. Yeah, it was a small chance to get down the field, but guess what? This one's now just about over.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. That's pulled in at the 32. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Barkley fights off the defender. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. There he goes right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley. His second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. The Giant offense going to stay on the field as they'll go for 2. Now it's Barkley. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. They get the conversion. And, Charles, when you only have 2 yards to go, what do you think of the toss play? Because initially it kind of sets you back a little bit.
It does, especially if you get a lot of pressure coming towards you. But if you can get to the edge, if you seal the edge with your blocking, often your tackle or your tight end on what they call the play side where the ball goes, you can get to the corner, and that allows those big guys to get out ahead of the runner.
Check. Here we go, son. 93's the mic. Check mic. Check mic. Roger. I'm here all day.
On first down, Darnold. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Here I come again.
Darnold now to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
Ricky. 53's the mic. 53. Check 53.
A first down throw, Darnold. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. The intended receiver was Laquan Treadwell, but it's going to be 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Darnold to throw again. This is the tight end, Njoku. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. One last throw now for Darnold. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And the New York Football Giants are the toast of the National Football League. They are the Super Bowl champs. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all offseason, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. And what a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.